Okay, next is Ashley.
I kept the painting, I think, for longer than I was supposed to. And I don't remember what I wrote about it. It was very... Okay. When I wake up in the morning, it's because I feel the presence of my dog sitting next to my head, fully upright. She knows she gets breakfast at 7 a.m., and at approximately 6:55, she starts trying to shoot lasers out of her eyeballs and into my brain. Instead of setting an alarm clock, I like to rely on my ability to sense her looming. And when I open my eyes, I pat her on the head and say a long good morning, because it makes her waggle her tail knowing her laser eyes worked. Her breakfast is a mix of 2 types of food, but when I'm assembling it, I pretend one is a special ingredient like an Iron Chef. I reveal it to her with flair, and she stomps her tiny toes with anticipation. She's supposed to take a bite, contemplate the flavor, and then give me a rating out of 10, but she's too excited, and I do such a good job mixing such unusual flavors that she scarfs the whole thing down in seconds flat. We come home from our morning walk, and she takes a seat in the middle of the kitchen. Her head hangs in shame because I have to do a quick wipe of her 4 tiny paws. She's sensitive about how often I clean them. I assure her that everyone gets their paws cleaned when they come inside, and no one is judging her. No one sees her paw cleanings as a condemnation. No one thinks that she has dirtier paws than any other dog out there. In fact, most dogs watch her walk by with envy and rage because she was born with pristine, naturally snow-capped feet, and some dogs pay thousands, if not millions of dollars to have their paws dyed to look the same. When I get back from the gym, I pretend I can't find her. I search under all the pillows for the world's smallest dog, and then I spot her and we have a good laugh. The fun comes to an end when I ask her how her novel is coming along, and she admits that while I was gone, she didn't even pick up a pen. That's better than the days I come home and find out that she made negative progress, having had a panic attack and shredded a chapter or 2 that she'd been so proud of just days before. I don't know why she's so self-conscious about her writing, having had so many stories published in a highly acclaimed zine that someone she knows from the dog park puts out every quarter. Of course, I've never read her work because she's too nervous to show me just yet, but from the way that other dogs at the park talk to her, I'm sure that what she's doing is going to change the world. Sometimes I have to go to the office or even a coffee shop to get some work done. Either way, she takes it extremely personally. As a business owner herself, she doesn't understand why so much of my work has to take place outside the house. I tell her it's because, no offense, but she's extremely chatty and it's hard for me to focus when she's running her Shark Tank presentation over and over and over again. I know she's a perfectionist, but it's extremely distracting and the apartment isn't big enough for us both to be running moderately successful businesses from the couch. Dinner can be a bit of a struggle. She's supposed to eat at 5 p.m. sharp, but the negotiation begins at 4:35. There's no reason to not have at least a little appetizer, she says. I try to stay firm, and then she starts flinging wild accusations and threatening to call the SWAT team. I say she doesn't even know the SWAT team, but she says she knows everybody. Once dinner is served, we apologize for everything that was said between 4:45 and 4:55, and we give each other honest feedback about maybe how to handle things better tomorrow. She was supposed to pack a suitcase before bed because she has a flight first thing in the morning. But she decided not to go. I forgot what I read. She tells me how guilty she feels perpetuating unrealistic beauty standards for young dogs. She's never had any work done, but who would believe her? She looks like a puppy version of a Barbie doll. Her proportions are entirely unrealistic. Even though her contribution to Ren would have been nice, I tell her how proud I am that she's prioritizing her values. I leave to go to a party that she's not invited to. She's accepting of alone time in the evenings because she likes to do silent meditation from 6 to 8 p.m. and then she tucks herself into bed at 8 p.m. sharp. If there's any noise at all in the apartment after 6, she gets quite irritated that I don't respect her process. Finally, when it's time for me to go to bed, her petite body is curled up right at the base of my pillow, so I scooch her body out of my spot and she pretends she doesn't care. Then, right as I'm drifting off to sleep, she jolts up and says, "Wait, I have to go to the bathroom real quick," and we hop out of bed and go towards the door. As soon as I am 6 to 8 steps from my bed, she says, "Oh, never mind," and she hops back in right where I was comfortable just seconds before. I rearrange the pillows so that she can have my side. Usually these conversations are just between us, so it feels kind of crazy to have a painting there to observe.